Do your friends and family watch your videos? Family not. My mum occasionally, if there's someone I've interviewed that she actually has heard of, she'll want to watch that. Like she liked watching the Brandon Boyd one because he's someone she knows of and has known about for a few years. People like Paloma Faith, she probably watched that one. But the more obscure rock bands, not really that fussed, and they don't watch any of my vlogs or anything like that. Friends, I've got one friend, Jo, hello you, she often tells me that she's watched the videos, which is so nice because I know a lot of my friends don't, which is totally fine, like I wouldn't want to watch me either, but it's really nice when someone says that they do take the time to watch it. So, Izzy P, if you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh, what would it be? Oh, Izzy P, that is the hardest question anyone could ask me. Could I say a compilation album that I've made myself of my favourite songs? That's not what you're after, is it? Oh, that is so hard. I always say that Deftones' White Pony is one of my favourite albums of all time. But if you could only listen to that for the rest of your life, wouldn't you want one that's a bit more kind of happy? I don't know. I'll say that for now, but I don't know if that is actually the one I'd pick. Maybe Now That's What I Call Music, insert number, I don't know. Favourite film genre, that's Nirvana. What cool name you've got. I'd say drama, purely because, much like with music, I really like to feel something when I watch a film, like feel it pull on some sort of emotion. That's not saying I don't like silly comedies, I love a good comedy, but I'd say ultimate is those films that kind of you come away and you end up thinking about the film for days later, if not years later. Perhaps it resonates for some reason. Don't mind having a little bit of a weepy to it. Yeah, something that just either makes you think about life in the world or how you live your life, or even pushes you to kind of make changes in your life. So yeah, dramas, things maybe based on true stories or things that you could kind of relate to your life in some way. Silent Screams 1988. What are your goals and aspirations, however big or small, for the next 5 years? And what's your all-time favourite meal and pudding? Okay, favourite meal and pudding. Pudding. Or, I've recently gone back to Angel Delight, which I know it's basic, but it is a classic. But I'd say anything with chocolate, so like a chocolate fondant, you know, when the goo comes out the middle and oozes, or a chocolate brownie, as long as it's heated. Favourite meal? I love mashed potato. Mashed potato with anything. I love baked beans. Quite a simple girl. But then I like spice as well. I like a good curry and pizza. Pizza as well. Goals and aspirations. Basically, my number one goal is to be able to afford to rent a place. I need to move out of my family home because I'm way too old to be here, and my parents need to enjoy their retirement without me cluttering up their house with all my stuff. So yeah, I just want to have my own space. Yeah, I've kind of given up on the fact that I'll be able to afford to own a place because in this generation it's so hard, but just to be able to afford rent to move out would be great. I just want to be comfortable. I don't need to be rich or anything, just comfortable. Hippie wagon. Who or what inspires you? People who are kind with no agenda, like they're not doing anything for a shady reason, they're purely doing it to be kind, you know. I see a lot of these people like saying nice things or doing nice things, and it's very obvious or transparent to me, I guess, that they're doing it for an ulterior motive, for their own gain. It's not just a genuine because they believe it and they want that person to feel good. They want to get something out of it. And so people that really are selfless with their kindness, I think that's such a beautiful thing. I think people that go-getters, people that go and pursue their dreams and kind of don't let their own demons or things get in the way of it, or their past or anything, they kind of break through that. That's really inspiring because it really is hard to break through when you've had things like push you down for so many years. So people that triumph over adversity, I guess, is inspiring to me. What are you doing to conquer your chronic fatigue syndrome? Well, I wouldn't say I've conquered it, but I know I'm doing a lot better than maybe some people are. I think finding out whether you are intolerant to certain foods, because having bad digestion and things going wrong with your internals, your insides and your inner chemistry can really affect kind of your energy levels and just how you're functioning as a human. So I think making sure that you're eating foods that kind of don't make the problem worse or exacerbate the problem. So work out either on your own by keeping a food diary or through professional help whether there are foods that you're intolerant to or that make things worse, and then cut them out if you can. I would also say I've stopped napping as much during the day, even though sometimes I'm like, I desperately need a nap. I try and keep going and just try and hold off till the evening, which isn't possible for everyone, but I've tried to do that. Even on the days where I'm feeling particularly achy or sore or tired, I try and go for a walk, even if it's really just like round the block, just get some fresh air. And also being more open about the issues has helped with the stress level associated with chronic fatigue syndrome. I find when you're hiding it or making excuses, you end up feeling guilty about not going to things or letting people down. But if everyone knows the situation, then that kind of reduces the stress level a little bit. Hope that helps, and I hope you're feeling okay. Ice Grim. Is he grim? Icy Grim? What do you think about tattoos? Have you got any, or would you like one? I have my eyelids tattooed. I did it for an article a few years ago. It was testing out like makeup tattooing. So I had my eyeliner done. It didn't actually go to plan for me, so I had a bit of a reaction to it, and it kind of bled into my skin, and I ended up with like a black eye. So since then I've thought maybe that's another thing that my body doesn't get on with. So I've been scared to get anything else done in case, I have a really bad reaction and it just looks awful. So I love tattoos. I think they're beautiful. Well, the ones that are well done are beautiful. And I think it's great that people have something that they love so much that they're happy to have it on them forever, whether it's a landmark of an event, a person, a memory, something they love. Like, that's pretty epic that someone's like, yeah, I'm passionate enough about that I'm going to put it on there. Or they're so kind of spontaneous and like free that they don't care if they go off it. They're just like, I want it now, live in the moment. That's kind of inspiring. Rosie Prado, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What are some bands that you haven't interviewed yet that you'd like to interview in the future? I was thinking about this the other day. So I watched Artifact on Netflix, which is the 30 Seconds to Mars documentary, and then I thought, oh, well, yeah, they're quite a big band that I haven't interviewed yet, so they'd probably be good, but I have so many questions following on from that documentary. So yeah, that would be a good one. Linkin Park probably be another one. Deftones, although when it's like your favourite band, you always worry that you're going to let yourself down or you'll be disappointed, so I never know if that's a good thing to do or not. And then Dave Grohl as well, who I have met and had a chat with, but I haven't interviewed. And the thing is with him, say you're given 10 minutes with Dave Grohl, because he's a legend, he deserves some respect and courtesy. So you don't want to ask him wacky, stupid questions, because he's one of the biggest music artists of our time. So you should keep it to music. But at the same time, how do you come up with a question that hasn't been asked a million times already? So that would be tricky. That would give me like a bit of a headache working out how to approach it and what angle. But if I got an hour with him, that'd be a lot easier, because there's lots of different avenues we could go down. But you'd want to pick wisely if you only had 10 minutes. Camilla Di Filippi, sorry if that's wrong. Is London as expensive as everyone says? It's not cheap, I'm not going to lie to you. And I live in Surrey, which is equally as expensive, annoyingly. It's like everywhere though. You can find there's cheaper parts, there's more expensive parts, and if you do your research, if you scout around a bit more, you can find really affordable shops, cafes, restaurants, things to do. There's actually a lot of free things you can do in London, things to see, and these days online there's so many vouchers, so there are ways of cutting costs a lot. So if the expensive nature of London has put you off visiting, don't let it, because there's still so much you can do.